I think the music video is just perfect for the song. Like, I think it elevates the song for me.
Howdy, Meowers.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, I'm Stella.
Hi, Stella. I'm Devin.
Hi, Devin. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about comebacks and debuts, actually.
Yeah.
For September.
September
I know what month it is.
2023. K-pop comebacks and, as you said, debuts. Because there were quite a few debuts this month.
Hot debut.
Yeah. So let's start. I think that if you checked out our August comeback episode, that one got really long because there were so many comebacks. I feel like this one has the potential to get really long because there are a lot of things to talk about, but I don't know how far we're going to get into these things.
Yeah. That's, yeah. I sort of like to try to give kind of a disclaimer time for these. And so, yeah, this time it would be that, none of these are ones, maybe like one or two of these groups are ones that I'm like more into, but the rest of them are a little either, very new because they just debuted, or they're a little like on the side of my radar. So I do have things to say, but I'm not like, deep in the fandom, so I can't maybe go on a real long tangent with any of them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff we're talking about today, like we said, that's either so new that there hasn't been content for it yet, or like they didn't promote it yet, or
Exactly.
but they're going to, or it's just a pre-release. So there's stuff like that. So let's just start though, and let's start with Jaechan's solo debut.
Okay. Would you like to start, Stella?
Sure, I'll do a little explaining.
Okay.
So Jaechan is from DKZ, and if you're not familiar, you should have known that already because you should know DKZ and Jaechan in general, but you also should have been listening to BlushCat's episodes where we've talked about DKZ. So he had his solo debut with JC, I just say Jaechan Factory, and that's like the album, and the title track is called Hello. He also released a music video for the song Oh Girl, and he performed it at least once, and he had a pre-release music video, Time.
Oh, I don't remember if I watched Time. Oh, just great. Right when I finally think I've got everything under control, everything checked off on my list. I might have seen it, but I don't remember. I don't think I did. Oh, I'm a terrible person. So what did you think about those things? Or did you want me to? What?
I think it's really good. I think it's
The comeback in general?
The comeback in general. Like everything I think is really solid, and I think it's really Jaechan. I didn't exactly know what to expect, but I'm not surprised really that this is kind of the direction he went in. I think that the Hello music video was really cool with a lot of references and things that Jaechan fans would know, and the pre-release music video for Time was nice too. It kind of reminded me of BTS for some reason. I don't really know why.
Great, and maybe I could have told you if I had seen it.
The Oh Girl music video, I will talk about that after, just because it's the newest thing. So I want to hear your thoughts on Hello. But the actual song, I think, is really catchy. It's got that like effect, that vocal effect throughout the whole thing, which is a little like I don't really prefer songs that sound like that, but it's at the same time very on brand, and like for Jaechan and for DKZ, so it somehow all works, and I really enjoy it. So what did you think?
Okay. Well, first off, I kind of feel like I probably should have said this at the beginning because now people are not going to hear it and it's like kind of like more disclaimer time. People are not going to hear it unless they listen to the Jaechan part, which some people skip around. We know. But yeah, cuz a little bit of disclaimer time here, sort of a lot of what I'm going to be doing today, and I'm not meaning to do it necessarily, and I feel like some people will have a problem with me doing this, but I'm a serial comparer. I compare, like, unless I have a strong emotional reaction to something of like immediately like, oh, I love this or oh, I hated this, I end up comparing. I'm a T personality type. So, you know, if I don't have a strong feeling, then I'm comparing. I'll be making a lot of comparisons, either to other things that it reminded me of, or past works that the same artist has done, or other things that other people in the same sort of like, you know, not group, but like, you know, what other girl groups are doing right now compared to this girl group, like that sort of the other people in the same field. I'm going to be doing a lot of that, and I hope that doesn't bother people too much. I'm not trying to be like, oh, you know, this was unoriginal because it reminds me of this thing, or like, oh, this is bad because it reminded, like, it's just what's coming to mind. And so we're starting the comparison sort of trend off with Jaechan Hello because I thought that it kind of reminded me of Kong Daniel's early songs. Very like, just sort of like, I don't really know how to describe that type of music. Because it's like chill, but it's not like chill in like a boring way. Like it's a boppy thing.
Yeah.
But it's like chill boppy.
Yeah, it is kind of like that.
Yeah, like what you waiting for, or whatever Kong Daniel's first song was, and
What
I
are you
hope.
up to? Yeah.
What are you up to?
Mm-hmm.
And I hope like that era. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like that, and I liked those songs from Kong Daniel. So like these songs from Jaechan, I mean, I only heard the two, but I like them as well. But there isn't something that's super stand out for me in terms of like listening to it, because it's not a type of music that I'm like super hyped for. But I think he did a really good job, and I didn't get all the references that Stella got. You know, I didn't see Kpop1er, so I didn't exactly know everything that was going on with that. But I think he did a really good job, and I agree with you. I think it was very Jaechan.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I had no problems with it. It just was not like a genre that I was going to be really excited about. So that's just my own personal preference. But yeah, I think he did a good job with it.
Okay. Well, now I want to jump around a little, but I will talk about the old girl music video now. And I really love that music video because it's so cute and like fun. And I love how it's like got the cat and like the cat at the end, and it's just really cute. And I really love the aesthetics of it overall. It's just a really nice looking video. And the song itself is like the same sort of realm of, like, it's not the same realm as Hello. Like, it doesn't remind me of Kong Daniel.
Right.
But
right.
it doesn't remind me of like K-pop. It reminds me, his style reminds me of like the K solo hip hop indie group, like that you will hear stuff from sometimes, but it's not classified as K-pop. It's something else.
I agree. I know what you're talking about.
So in that sense, it's kind of refreshing. Like I like that.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
I agree with you as well with the music video, like what you're saying about it. Like for me, this one, song-wise, I would have liked less than Hello probably, but music video-wise, I like it more. I think the music video is just perfect for the song. Like I think it elevates the song for me, because like normally I would think that sort of song is a little more on the boring side, but the music video was done in such a way that it made it really interesting. Like I was enjoying watching it, even though normally I would get bored by that. Like it's well, okay, no, it's not like that. I was gonna say, is it kind of like Dio Rose or something? But like I'm thinking, I would imagine that the music video would have been like Dio Rose if I heard the song, but the music video was more interesting than that to me, because all I remember from Dio Rose is like him riding a bike around town.
It is like, I feel like EXO soloists do like to make videos, at least, that are more towards that style of video.
Okay.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
But I liked the concept of the music video, like the different things he was doing in it, the way they edited it. It was really interesting, really cute. I liked it. And also, I saw the performance thing where he performed both of these songs, and he had I don't remember what he had in one of them. Why? Oh, he had a bench in one of them, and then he had like a garment rack with shirts in the other one. And I just thought, they're, DKZ is continuing on their prop trend, like of using things, and I just really liked that, because I like to see groups that like do something a little different sometimes for stage performances, but also like I like if they have like a thing that they do, and it's like, okay, it's a DKZ once again bringing us the props. It wasn't like a one-time thing. It's like something that they've done often.
Yeah. I think that the performances of like everything that I've seen from him have been really fun, and I like the color palette. Obviously, that's very Jaechan as well. And like the overall like atmosphere with the song Hello, actually, and Oh Girl, if you consider the music video and everything, but specifically the spacey, but also like I get fish tank from Hello. Like, though the atmosphere and the feeling with that is really cool. Like it adds to the relaxing factor. Like it makes me think of whales for some reason. I don't know why. It just does.
I think overall his sort of like a feeling that came out of his stuff for me was relaxing. Like it was very like comforting and or relaxing. Just like comfy, cozy, like chill music.
Yeah. So I thought it was good overall, and it's very Jaechan, and he talked about that a lot. He said it was something that I really wanted to do, and like I just made it because I like it. So yeah.
I think it was a successful debut.
Right. And he got a win on the show.
Crazy.
So go check out his encore stage if you want to see that.
Encore.
Now let's move on to another solo comeback, and that is Key from SHINee.
Okay, Key. So did you want me to start this one, Stella?
Sure.
Okay. So Key came back with another full album. No, I don't know. What did he come back with?
I think it's just like an album.
Okay.
Or like an EP.
He's got an album. His single title track. What is it called? Promoted song.
Title track.
His title track. I've done this before. His title track is Good and Great. And
that's the title.
That's the title. What it
like maybe people thought you were saying it's good and it's great. That's what it's called.
Yes, okay. The title of the song is Good and Great. That's so funny. Okay, and should I talk about that? Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I'm talking about that. I would say, so I only watched the music video once because it was, it a little bit reminded me of that poop video from the Korean kids show. But if you know, you know. So I did only watch the music video once, but then I saw stage performance and stuff. It's just, for me, it's still not as good as Bad Love. There's me comparing it to a past work. I really just like that one the best so far. But I did like it. I do think it's good, but I also, and I like the music video, besides, you know, it reminded me a little bit of, I liked it, but I do think it gets a little repetitive by the end.
Okay.
That's all that's all I'll say about it. Like, it wasn't that there was really any negatives, like, oh, I don't like this song. No, I liked it, but at the same time, I'm a little like, okay, it is good and great.
Okay.
And honestly, like, to maybe not let Key feel as bad about this and or the listeners out there, I actually thought that about a lot of the songs from this comeback, you know, whatever you'd call it, this month. That they were either a little repetitive or a little bit boring. I know. But yeah, so it's not just Key. Like, maybe it's me. Maybe I just didn't find enough interesting things this month.
Okay. Well, should I share what I
Yeah.
thought? Okay, so the good and great everything. The music video. I thought it was good. I really did. I totally get what you're saying with Bad Love, because it's like really, that's just so iconic. But
Yeah.
everything he does, and like SHINee in general, it's very, their icon status. So,
True,
you know, we're
true.
working with that already always. I just really like that whole gasoline, Bad Love gasoline killer time. But this video was still really interesting. I do think that if I had to just get the like maybe thing, the one, like the negatives out of the way, I guess, is that it reminds me too much of 9 to 6
Oh, yeah.
and
yeah.
also 9i with his styling.
Oh, okay.
And like the styling 9i, the office concept 9 to 6, just because I think that like I guess that's the negative, is that like the timing was
Right.
bad for me personally, knowing those other things, because like I just saw that iconic office worker concept with 9 to 6, and then I just saw the iconic boots and fluffy hats and the clothes with 9i. But he was doing the office concept in a like almost opposite way though.
Yeah.
So it was still good, and I like how he's always doing like he's always making statements. So I appreciate that. The song itself I really like. As soon as like I was hearing it, I heard it with the music video actually. Sometimes I listen to the song first, but sometimes I watch the music video first. But I was like, okay, like I knew right away when I was picking up, I was like, this is really good. It reminds me though of like his debut, like his solo debut sort of sound. Like I feel like the Bad Love whole thing, like it was going in a certain sound for a while, but now it seems like it's back to his debut sound. So it's just a different sort of vibe. Yeah. That's just mostly the music video though.
And when you brought up like his icon or iconic stuff, you know, like he's had some moments that it's like, wow, this is like, so you almost think, how would you top this? And so then when we see something like this that maybe is a little bit more subtle or a little bit more like casual, even, you might think, oh, okay, yeah, this isn't as good as the other one because it's not like iconic. But I am a strong like believer that people do not need to one up themselves until the ends of time, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can have something that was like this super great iconic big thing, and then like the next thing you can make can be like just a chill casual, like, you know, this is just for fun, like I like this and I'm not gonna keep like trying to like, okay, well I have to top the last thing I did, everyone loved that, I have to go bigger. You don't.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to. So even though this didn't feel like Bad Love for me, like that doesn't mean it's something that he shouldn't be doing. Like, it was still worth his time to be making it, and it still added to his overall, like, you know, his overall, like, yeah, basket of things. What, I can't think of words today, you know, like, it still added to his overall, like, soup. What is the word when people, like, discography, like, you know, his overall, like, portfolio of work.
Yeah, those are the only words that are coming to my mind.
Well,
but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think the music video is still really good.
Yeah, me too.
And like that part that reminds you of the poop song.
Yeah.
It definitely does, but like it's really funny and like it's interesting how he does that. So going to the stage performance aspect of it, I think that it's like really funny how he just literally stands there at the end, like during like the final chorus, and doesn't dance for a little bit as the backup dancers dance around him. Ooh. Because like they do that in the music video as he's in like the computer scene. So they actually incorporate that into the choreography, which I like. And a big theme for a couple of these like comebacks that happened this month that I noticed is it seems like a lot of these like people that are coming back are having so much fun on stage.
Ooh, okay.
And I really noticed that with the good and great performances. It just like you can see Key like interacting with the backup dancers, and it seems like they're having fun, and you can actually see the backup dancers interacting with each other and like smile at each other as they have to dance like facing each other, or if there's like a certain move that they do like when they're all walking around and like, you know, like they're going by Key and it's like they pass and it's kind of like they're laughing a little bit, so it just makes it really fun.
That's nice.
Key also did promo for his English song Cool As, and I really enjoy that one as well. That song is a bop, and I think the styling for those stages are a little bit like not my vibe, but like, you know, he is cool, so I think it's like, yeah, I like it. I enjoy those.
Yeah, I think that one was boppy. You know, it was nice, and I really liked how he had styled everyone for the stage performances. Like the backup dancers weren't wearing like backup dancery type outfits. Usually they'll be like more plain outfits or like more matching outfits, but he was dressed in sort of like, you know, fashionable street clothes, and so were all of the backup dancers in their like own individual outfits. Like they made it look like a big group of cool kids, you know, not like one cool person and backup dancers.
Yeah, I definitely think that he has good harmony with his backup dancers.
Yeah.
So I overall really like the comeback, thought it was good as usual. Now,
correct as usual, King Friday.
Let's move on to Cravity.
Okay.
So Cravity had a comeback with their EP Sunseeker, and they had a pre-release music video for Cheese, and they had their title track music video Ready or Not.
Wow, what a good intro of the group and what we're going to be talking about. Unlike some people talking about me with Key.
Well, thank you. Would you like to share your thoughts on any of these Cravity happenings?
Sure. So, talking about Cheese first, because that was the pre-release. I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting, even though the song was actually a little slow in terms of, it's not like it was a slow song, but it wasn't super boppy. I mean, it was a bop. Okay. So basically, it seems like the music video is moving faster than the song in terms of like how quickly they were like putting new things up on the screen seemed to go faster than generally like the beat or feeling or tempo of the song, maybe. But I appreciated that. I think it kept it interesting. Because some of these, like I said, some of these songs I have found, you know, I lost interest a little bit towards the end of them, but this one I did not when I watched the music video because of that. Now, the thing is, of course, as I've said in previous episodes, I don't really care or like how they filmed it in LA, but I think it's kind of just something that's going to be happening at this point. Like every single group has to have their video from LA, and so this is Gravity's. But I mean, it was fun and interesting. It wasn't my favorite Gravity song, but it was good.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I don't like the aesthetic, but yeah, apparently it's everybody has to have that now. I do really like the end of the music video. It's pretty funny. So yeah, you really have to watch right until the end. And yeah, there's nothing really wrong with it.
Yeah.
But like, it's not like, oh, this is my favorite Gravity song.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, like, vibe-wise, of one of Just B's B-sides, Cherry on Top, and they did like a little self-cam music video for that, where they're just like, you know, having fun. And so that's like, it's got those vibes. So I understand why it's not the title track. I am a little surprised they didn't really perform it on stage though. Like, to have a pre-release and then not perform it just seemed kind of weird.
They're like, this is for LA only. We will not be doing this again.
Okay, so the title track, how did you feel about Ready or Not?
Ready or Not, I'm actually thinking I'm really liking. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, okay, sure, like Gravity song, but it's no adrenaline. But I like it. I think it's probably going to be pretty good for me. Like I'm going to need to listen to it more than I already have. Even though I've already listened to it multiple times, but it's very catchy, and I really like the aesthetics of the music video. They went for like a graffiti and comic book sort of vibe, but like so many times, like there's graffiti in so many music videos, but it's usually like uglier graffiti. Like it's more like casual graffiti, but this looks like graffiti from JSRF, which I absolutely love. I loved like the color palette that they went for, like the bright, loved the visuals, and the song is pretty fun and catchy too. Like I like this one better than Cheese.
Okay, I agree. Everything you just said, I agree with. Totally.
Wow, okay.
Nothing that you just said is something that I didn't think as well. The music video was nice to look at. Like, it's like, I'm not going to pick comic aesthetic over something else. Like, well, I mean, depending on what the aesthetic is, I pick comic aesthetic over LA aesthetic.
Yeah.
But like, it is a really nicely done comic aesthetic and
Yeah.
graffiti aesthetic. Like, it looks really nice. The song gets better the more that you listen to it, because it is catchy. And at first, like you said, I was like, okay, there's nothing wrong with it. But I don't know if it's as like standout as Adrenaline. But the more you listen, it's like the more parts you can pick up on that you're like, okay, that's like a good fun part. So yeah, like Key's performances, it seems like Cravity was really having fun on stage. So that's good to see. I mean, maybe it wasn't really like that, but it sure seemed like they, like, Pentagon has done it in the past. Their Do or Not stages were like that a lot. And it just seemed like they were literally like, they had some sort of inside joke or something that they were laughing at as they were performing in a couple different stages. It seemed like that. So that made it better. And the overall album, did you have a chance to listen to any of those other songs?
No, but it's the power of or nots, because you said this is Ready or Not. You said they were having a lot of fun, and you said it's like Pentagon Do or Not.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, no, I didn't have time to listen to any, but like if anyone had an album for this month, I did not get a chance to listen to it.
Okay. Well then I'll just say quickly, I think the songs are good. And I like Love Fire. It's like Fire Eyes by The Boys. It's that, like, I guess that's another thing that people have to do nowadays. They're sort of retro sounding songs. So Love Fire is Gravity's version of that.
Okay.
So, should we move on?
Sure. Cravity, good job. Keep it up.
Yes. Okay, let's go to Weeekly. Wow, Weeekly had a release.
Oh, God. Good job, Weeekly. Keep it up.
Sorry, but as a daily, do you understand how long it's been since they've had anything?
I've heard whispers.
I am really glad that they had a release. They are having a comeback in November, so we will be talking about that when it happens, but for now they released a fan song, so it's just one single song, and they had a music video and some like dance practice videos for that, and it's called Good Day Special Daily because, like I was just saying, the fans are called daily. So the music video, did you happen to check out the dance practice?
Oh, no, I did not. I kind of thought they just had a music video, so I watched that more than once.
Okay. Good. Get those streams in. Okay, so how did you feel about the song or the music video?
I liked it. I thought it was a nice music video, and at first that was kind of all I had. I was like, yeah, okay, nice music video. But no, I think that it's strong. I think that even though I'm not a daily and I don't really know much about their other works, like I don't have a lot to compare this to in my trend of comparing things. I don't have a lot to compare it to, but when I compared it to what other girl groups have released this month, which we haven't talked about many of the girl groups yet, or any of them yet.
Yeah, we haven't.
Well, I out of the ones that we're going to be talking about, like something that I felt about this one that I didn't necessarily feel about some of the other ones was that it was strong. Like what I mean by that is that sometimes the music video or the song can seem a little bit just like poppy and fun, but like there's no depth to it, or like it's not even that this was that deep. Right?
Yeah.
But like that's why I'm saying strong.
It's
because
like,
it was like it hit a little bit harder than like surface level, but it was still like a happy song. It was not like it was super emotional or anything, but
yeah, I get that. It's a fan song, so like they probably tried to make it more like that. I don't know.
I just like they're pounding the desks at the beginning, and they've got like this like, chorusy, like they're all singing together, and like it felt like it gave it strength to me. I don't know how else to describe it.
I like that you're describing it like that. I think it fits. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I had to say about it. I did enjoy it. But yeah, like I said, I don't have a lot to go off with Weeekly, but yeah. So what did you think?
I love it. I think it's really good. I definitely think that you should watch the dance practice. They have like two dance practices. One, they're wearing the graduation robes for part of it, like they do in the music video, and then they take them off, but they're wearing like the same outfits as they are in the other dance practice. But basically I think you should watch it just to see the outfits, because I think you might like their jeans. But
I like their like street clothes outfits in the music video.
I think the choreography is good. I am always a fan of chorus singing, like when groups sing with all the members singing together. So yeah, it does make it stronger, and I like the choreography as well. I'm also really a fan of when there is like a walking out, like a power walking moment, and this has that, and so that was really good when I saw that in the music video. And yeah, I really like the sound of the song in general. There's really nothing bad about it. I do like, it's a new sound for Weeekly, which is probably the point in a way because of that whole graduation concept. Which, speaking of that whole thing, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel, because it like seems like that's implying that they're going to be graduating from the sort of school concept that they had, which they did so well, but they didn't have that many comebacks doing that concept. So like it'll be sad that their style will be a little different, but if it's going to sound like that, it's clearly something that they can pull off. So I really enjoyed it.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think about that. I just thought maybe a lot of people are graduating right now, so this song is kind of also good for people that are graduating. But yeah, okay.
I'm really looking forward to their comeback. I'm really glad that they're having a comeback.
Say it louder for the companies in the back. So let's move right on to another solo artist comeback. This time it's Chae Yeon. Not our first girl, because we just talked about Weeekly. Okay. But she came back with a song, Let's Dance. I feel like she kind of just recently had a comeback this summer, but okay, have one again. What did you think about Just Dance, Stella?
Let's Dance.
Let's Dance. Did I say that the first time?
You said the first time, yes. I think you got it right.
Okay.
So yeah, it's called Let's Dance. I like it. I was surprised. Okay, well, I liked it. I was surprised that she was already having a comeback, like you said. Like I feel like she just had her other one, but hey, go for it. I think it's really fun. I don't have any problems with it. I think the music video has a really unique color palette, so I liked that. And I think that her purple pants look with the blue hair is really good. And the actual performances, I think that they're fun. Like Cravity and Key, it seems like she was having fun on stage with the backup dancers. And yeah, I like the ABBA Dancing Queen lyric. And yeah, I don't know. I liked it. And I liked her. It was like a single album. So it was an intro song, that title track, and then one other song. And I like those other two. So yeah.
I probably should have watched a performance especially because her stuff is so dance focused. But I actually only saw the music video and then I watched the performance video. Mm-hmm. So I didn't see an actual stage performance, but I just it's interesting that you said what you said because it's not that I had any problems with it. It's just kind of that I liked her other stuff better. Like, to me, this one was kind of not interesting. It was just sort of like, okay, now she's just dancing. Like, her first one, I liked the interesting music video vampire concept that she did. I really thought that was unique. And then with the Knock Knock song, it was very heavily dance focused, but also she had a whole bunch of those references to the vampire vibe still. And I thought, wow, this is so cool and interesting. And then this one, I just felt like it was just let's dance. It was just dancing. And I didn't get as much from it. I think maybe there was still a little nod to the vampire thing. Maybe. And there was, maybe there were some hidden things here and there. But overall, it just felt a little less interesting to me as a concept. And so I was just kind of okay, this is fine, but it's not as interesting as I thought her other ones were. And then also, this is the first one we'll be talking about that is kicking off I don't know what to call it, because last time with August, I called it the Summer of Abs, and we had at least 3 different groups that had ab reveals. This isn't really summer anymore, but it's not fall, so I don't know what to call this time. But the little, trio trend that I found is ballet. Oh. And she's the first one that we're talking about that has a ballet concept or reference in the music video, which I thought I was already going to mention it when I knew of the other two groups that have ballet, and then I saw hers and I was like, oh my god, literally another ballet. So it really is the month of ballet.
Yeah, that's
But
interesting.
yeah.
It's like interesting how that happens with so many things.
Yeah, it's like there's always some through line trend
Yeah.
that's just like a little random thing. Like literally, how did two songs have the word giddy in them in the span of a month? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, so it was fine to me, but I just got more from her other ones personally.
Okay, I think that like I guess then it's good that it's a single album. It's not really an EP like the other ones. So I think even though yeah, it maybe seems a little like just dance, like it works because it's not the same. It's not promoted the same way as the other ones, I guess. I think maybe it should have been released a little earlier because I think it is kind of like a mid season type of song, but I think it's more on the summer side. And so like I just feel like the time it was released doesn't exactly match the vibes that I get from it. But one last thing is that the intro track reminds me of Wii Sports or something like that. I don't know.
Okay,
like, it's
I can believe that.
fun. Like I like it, and the sound it really reminds me of something. And the closest thing I could think of was Wii Sports.
I can totally believe that. I didn't hear it, but I can believe it.
Okay, so we did Chae Yeon. Now, should we talk about LOOSSEMBLE?
Oh, okay. Loossemble. Did you want to talk about it first, or do you want me to?
I will explain first. Okay. If you know about Luna, this is LOOSSEMBLE that we're talking about, but it stands for Luna Assemble. If you don't know about Luna, you might want to go ahead and research that yourself because I am not going to sit here and explain that to you, but it's worth checking out their story, especially if you're going to watch the Sensitive, which is their title track, music video, because wow. Yeah, so it's a whole thing. So this is kind of LOOSSEMBLE's, like it's their debut as LOOSSEMBLE, but it's kind of like a re-debut of a Luna unit. We've never seen these people, only these 5 people doing something together, but we've seen them in Luna. Now they're LOOSSEMBLE, so it's 5 of the Luna members re-debuting.
Right. Because it's like Luna had to be dissolved, kind of, but like they're reassembling.
Right.
So, yeah.
So Luna is 12. This is 5. So the title track, like I mentioned, is called Sensitive, and they actually didn't start promo for it yet, but apparently they're starting like going on music shows in October.
Ooh.
The music shows are like, they're canceled for this week because of the Chuseok holiday. So like
My God,
they
it's
can't
Chuseok.
really promote now. But apparently they're going to. It's just we haven't had a chance to see any stages yet. But they do have the album called LOOSSEMBLE as well. So what did you think about the music video?
Okay, coming from someone who is not a, what are the Luna fans called?
Luna fans are called Orbits.
Oh, right. I'm a non-Orbit. I'm a little bit familiar with their stuff, but not really. So coming from me, I really liked it, and it was going to make me cry at the end. So like that's high praise, right? Like, I just thought it was really good. Like it was really interesting. It had captivated my interest the whole time. I thought that sound wise, it actually reminded me of like the Selena Gomez Bad Liar sort of era of her music that's got that retro feel once again to it, but it's kind of like a like it's not a dancey retro.
Yeah.
And I thought the music video just looked really like, I don't know, high budget or cinematic. Like it didn't look like there are the types of music videos that look like music videos that like, you know, look very like set like and stuff, and they're supposed to look that way, but they look like a music video. And then there are the type of music videos that like look more like a movie. Not that it necessarily looks like you're watching a movie, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like,
Yeah.
just visually. I'm not talking about the scenes, like the plot or anything. Although that was kind of movie-esque as well. But so I really thought it looked nice and it was interesting. And I thought that it was a nice sound for a girl group to be coming back with right now. I feel like I'm hearing a lot of the same sound right now, and so this was just a little different, so I liked that. This one also had the ballet concept, just to, you know, I'm going to mention each one that did have the ballet concept. And yeah, basically, I don't know why no one is talking about the ending, but the ending, like, just comes out of nowhere. And like, I honestly, I didn't even really know the significance of the ending that much, but still, there was just so much emotion to it for some reason. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, all around, I think that they did a great job. And I think it should be something that Orbits would be absolutely freaking out about.
Yeah. I thought the music video was really good. I understand what you're saying about the visual aspect of it. It seems like it is like it has this quality and essence to it that makes it feel movie like, and other than like, you know, the whole like the end part.
Right.
The end part, yeah, wow, tears. I don't know, like you said, why people aren't talking about that more. Maybe they are and we're not looking in the right places to see that reaction, but I think that it was done really well, and I think it reminds me of like classic Luna. So like it does still feel like you're getting Luna content, which after all this time it feels like nice to see that, but it feels like, you know, their original stuff, like the really good like lore, and like they had a certain aesthetic about the videos, which this had essence of that. It reminded me of Why by Why Luna, with like the video theme. So I thought it was good. I think that it has like a retro feel, like you said, but also the space feel, which is always interesting to me when that happens. And it's like, how can it feel like, I feel like actually a lot of retro like 80s sound does have that synth wave, you know, space futuristic feeling, but it's like this isn't that sound, but it's still retro and space at the same time. So that's cool. I like that the members, obviously, that we didn't get to see being featured as much in Luna, are getting their moment. The other songs on the album are good too. I really like Newtopia. But the actual song of Sensitive, it has like a 2000s movie feeling for me. Like, I feel like it's the kind of song that will be playing as you're like seeing the intro scene of a movie, and like, you know, they're arriving to the school and they get out of the car or something. Like, it has such like background boppy like 2000s movie scene vibes.
Okay. And also, yeah, like you said, space and retro. And yeah, I liked how they, like, the songs and the music video and concept seemed retro, but then they have that very, very futuristic space scene at the end. And it just, like, I don't feel like it felt that disjointed. Like,
Yeah.
The second time I watched it, I was like, oh, wow. I really like it really just jumps into like spaceship at this end part, and I didn't think that was weird, but I didn't. Like, it made sense and it worked. I don't know why or how they did it, but it worked to combine those two things.
Yeah. So overall, I thought it was really good.
Me too.
Let's go to another solo debut, and that would be ONLEE. So Seunghwan, he was a contestant on Boys Planet. We talked about him when we talked about our Boys Planet episodes, but he had debuted in ONLEE previously, but that group was temporary. So now he is making his solo debut with his single Be With You, and he had a like little performance sort of music video for that. It's not really a performance because he's not dancing, but it's not like a music video with plot or something either.
Right.
So yeah, how did you feel about that?
Yeah, so he was one of my picks on Boys Planet. So I was like, anticipating to see like what he was going to be doing. I'm a little disappointed to see that he's just debuting as a soloist because I feel like he would work so well in a group.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, I do like the song. I thought it reminded me of an anime song, like an anime theme song a little bit. And also when I listened to it more than once, I was kind of starting to get, maybe this is not accurate, but I was starting to get vocal tone vibes of Shonu, like when I would listen to Shonu's OST.
Okay, maybe that's who it is.
I was getting a little bit of that eking in, especially in like the early verses.
Yeah.
So I like that because I love the Shonu OST. Like,
yeah,
the sound
you
of
have
it.
to listen to that.
It's so good. But so yeah, I like the vocal tones I'm hearing. I liked it in general. The music video performance, whatever thing itself, I liked. I did think that it gets a little boring because there's nothing else happening, like, so if you want to watch it multiple times and stuff like that, it's a little bit like that doesn't have much to offer maybe. But I also did think that they did a really nice job with it. Like, it looks really nice. And also I think he did, even though he's not dancing, I think he did a really good job like singing with the microphone, like, performing in a way that made it look interesting, like he wasn't just standing there. I think he was good at that. And then lastly, it did bother me the slightest bit, kind of like the way dance practices bother me if they don't have original audio. It did bother me the slightest bit that like the song just sounded like, the studio version of the song, but the music video looks so much like he's singing live with a band. Like, I kind of wish that I could hear him singing live with the band.
Yeah.
So that started to bother me like a little bit, but overall I think it was really good, really strong. It didn't seem newbie or like, rookie or anything like that. Like, I think he did a really good job.
And like, obviously he's not, but this is his like first thing as a soloist. So,
right. Yeah.
I agree, he did a really good job, and I do agree, like, I would have liked to see him in a group because we saw how well obviously he was in one before, but we saw how well he worked with the other people on Boys Planet. And so I hope that he's getting like what he wants from this, and that he's gonna be heading, like, I don't know the direction he's going to be heading, but he hasn't promoted this on any music shows or anything, so I'm not sure if he's gonna be the type of soloist that does go on music shows eventually. I would like that because it would mean that there would be more content and chances to see performances from him. But like, I hope that he's getting to do something that he wants and that people will recognize like his talents. And that the company that he decided to join, I hope they do something with him that will let him show that. I think that the music video is good. I like the doodle vibes. It's kind of like the old girl music video from Jaechan. I also think that like his vibe, like I said with Jaechan, kind of is reminding me of those Korean like indie soloists, which is interesting. It's like refreshing and nostalgic. And the person that it reminded me of is Woods Seungyeon. But like, I knew it reminded me of him, but I still was missing something. But yeah, I definitely hear the Shonu now that you brought it up, so maybe that was it. And I agree that it sounds like an anime song, and like the like Korean title could translate to like that movie Us, or like Us like that movie.
Oh.
So it works. And I just like, I knew it would be good because he is a good singer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like it.
Good job, ONLEE. Keep it up.
Now we're going to talk about EVNNE, which is spelled EVNNE, and they made their debut, and they are a project group that was formed as a combination of people that were on Boys Planet.
Right. So it's like all these boys went on Boys Planet. Some of them were picked to be in ZB1, and then some like as a temporary group, and then some other company was like, okay, well, I'll just make a different temporary group with some of the people that didn't get picked.
Yeah. So this happened in the past. There was a similar group called JBJ, which we talked about when we talked about Boys Planet, and I was personally hoping that maybe like Week1 would do something with all their trainees, because I thought Week1, because they had so many that they sent on Boys Planet, but obviously Week1 is not working out.
Yeah.
And like all the trainees left, like almost all the trainees that were with Week1 left. But so that didn't happen, but this happened, and I'm glad that it did, because it actually has a few of my picks that, like, you know, I maybe wasn't constantly voting for these people, but I had voted for them during Boys Planet, and they debuted with the EP Target Me and the title track Trouble.
So what did you think about Trouble? I mean, I was gonna say, what did you think about Trouble even, but Stella.
I really enjoy it. I don't know if that is an unpopular opinion. I'm not sure how this debut has been received. I think it's probably well received, or else it probably wouldn't have happened. But I really enjoy it. I think that it's a pretty strong debut, to be honest. And I like the music video as well. And I just think it's really catchy, and it's a bop. And I think that the music video actually looks really well made as well.
Yeah.
The styling reminds me of Switch Team performance though. With all the neon. I'm really enjoying it though. Like, I want to keep watching the performances just because I like the song, and I think that they do a good job performing it.
Okay.
What did you think about it?
Well, I overall, I thought, okay, this is probably a better style for me personally than the ZB1 concept that they started with. So I thought, okay, you know, that's a good point, like point in the right direction, because ZB1, I think they did a good job, but like it just wasn't my genre as much. This seems like it would be more my genre. I also do think they did a good job. I think they did a perfectly great job. And it is kind of catchy and stuff, but for some reason it's another one of those songs this month that I just feel like I lose interest partway through the song. Like it's like I don't want to call them boring, but at the same time I don't know how else to describe it, that I just kind of don't care about like watching it that much or listening to it that much. But I think that they did a really good job, so it's kind of weird because I don't know how else to quantify why I feel that way. It's just the way I feel. But I think they had strong performances. I think the music video, they did a great job with it. I think, you know, overall, it was good. But maybe I just needed like a little bit of like a switch up or something towards the end for a lot of these songs this month. I don't know.
Well, I am like, you know, I'm feeling already like, well, what's going to happen after they're not a group anymore, because they're only temporary. Because I really like it, and it seems like the people are like working well. Like, it doesn't seem like, oh, these people don't fit together as a group. Like, what are they doing? Right. Like, it's a good combination of people, and they were definitely people that had like a moment on Boys Planet or were standout, like for the most part. And so I thought it was good. We are now going to talk about EL7Z UP. And that is
wow,
spelled
nice pronunciation.
EL7Z and then a space UP, because it is puzzled backwards, but one of the Z's is replaced with a 7. So that's because they were formed on the Mnet show Queendom Puzzle. There was a Queendom, and then there was a Queendom 2. There was a Road to Kingdom, and then there was a Kingdom. And so then our most recent iteration was Queendom Puzzle. So this is another sort of project group or like combo style group debut. And I knew Yeon, well, I know Yeon, Yeoram, Nana, and K from like, because all these people were in or are still in other girl groups, but they're like, you know, coming together to form this EL7Z UP group, and they are still allowed to promote with the groups that they are in, like alongside this new group, which is something that's different than like the Boys Planet groups that were formed. If they were to have gotten into ZB1 but they were in a group already, they wouldn't have been an active member of their other group.
Right, they would have like paused promotions in that group.
Yeah. So they debuted with the 7+ Up EP and the title track Cheeky. Would you like to share your thoughts?
Sure. Okay. So, Cheeky. Okay. I feel so bad when I have multiple, like, not raving opinions in an episode. But I just, Cheeky, so it's got sort of a Stacy vibe.
Okay.
Youthful. It was catchy. This is the other one. This is the third one that had the ballet concept, just so everyone knows. So yes, youthful, catchy, you know, like a Stacy song, but I just felt like it was an odd concept for this group. Like I didn't watch Queendom Puzzle, and I don't know these people, so take it with a grain of salt. But I just felt like it was, one, a little bit of a stale concept, and two, a little bit odd for established idols to be doing. Like, I just thought that they would do something that had a little more substance, or a little bit, that was something that was a little bit different, because it was like, ooh, all of these people are coming together from these other idol groups, you know? This is basically like supposed to be the top pick of girls from this show, right? So they're going to come back with something that's like, wow, you know, show-stopping in some way. And it's just like, okay, a cute, catchy little youthful song that we've heard other groups doing, not just a lot, but a lot recently. So yeah, I like it as a song, but I felt a little let down, even though I didn't even have any actual expectations. I was kind of like, oh, huh, this is all that it is. It's just another like poppy bop. These girls have been in the industry for a while, and they're just gonna like come together to do some special new thing, and it's this. Yeah, that's, sorry.
Okay. Well, I get where you're coming from. I didn't watch Puzzle either, just because I had just watched Boys Planet, and I wasn't going to sit through another Mnet program again where the editing is just out of control. Even though I did like know a lot of the contestants on it. Like I said, all those people that got in the group I knew, and then I knew Ellie, and like she's from Wiki Miki, and then the Weeekly members I knew. So like there are a lot of people that I was rooting for, and I would check out some of their performances, but I didn't actually watch the show. So I don't know about anything that like Mnet was doing with that. I don't really even know the like overall concept or premise really of the group. So I guess I wasn't really thinking about it the way that you're thinking of, like maybe that would be a little bit of a disappointment or something, but I'm just enjoying the title track for what it is. Like I like Cheeky. I think that it's like it is kind of like generic sound, but it's fun.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Fun, catchy, yeah.
Like I like to listen to it. It's a little bit like kind of nonsense at the chorus, like
yeah.
but you know, it's definitely catchy like you said, and I will keep listening to it because it's like, I don't know, I like it. And I also like the other songs on their album. I think that they're actually really good, and it's interesting how the voices of these people from different groups fit together, and like there's also some familiar voices that I can recognize. But I want to just say, in case somebody who's listening to this can like they understand what I'm talking about and they can tell me what their track Undercover sounds like, because the instrumentals during the verses sound so much like something else and I do not know what they sound like. I don't think it's just because I heard the highlight medley. Like sometimes that happens to me and I'm like, oh, this song sounds so familiar, but I'm like, wait, I think it's just because I listened to the highlight medley. But no, it totally sounds like something. But I really like that song, but I just wish I knew what it reminded me of. So yeah, that's all that I have to say about EL7Z UP. So should we move on to Kep1er?
Yes.
Okay, so Kep1er had a comeback with Magic Hour, the EP, and Galileo, the title track, and their performances and music video. We didn't actually get to see performances yet because they haven't done any yet when we're recording this episode, so they didn't come back with performances. They had the title track and the music video and the EP. So I will talk about the music video and the title. Okay, so Kep1er, if you're not familiar with them, they are the Girls Planet group. We've talked so much about Boys Planet and Mnet shows. Kep1er is the girl group version of that, I guess.
Their name spelled Kep1er, similar to puzzle, replacing one of the numbers with a letter. No, opposite of what I just said.
Yes, so Galileo. Okay, I will say that I don't really like the music video, but I do like the song. I'll say it. I liked What Da Da. That was their debut. I liked Up enough to listen to it. Did not like We Fresh, did not like Giddy. I did like their Japanese songs. So, it was like, I'm glad that Galileo is going in an up direction again. I just think the music video is a little like not my style. Like I haven't really been a fan of like their music videos, I guess, in the past, because I don't really like the, you know, wacky things with the graphics.
Ooh, right.
and stuff that happens like that. I mean, if it's like there's times when that kind of thing can work.
Oh,
like, I'm not going to say straight up I just don't like that, but I do think that the overall palette and aesthetic of this comeback was pretty, and I want to just say for a moment before I actually talk about the song that I really liked the highlight medley that they did and the aesthetics of that. I think there might have actually been ballet aesthetic in that.
Oh, wow.
But I think it was really well done for a highlight medley. But anyway, Galileo. Something I don't like about the song, to get it out of the way, is in fact the title and the way that they say Galileo. Like, I don't really care about that as like a phrase to be repeated that much.
Oh.
But I don't really have any problems with the song itself. Other than that, I do wish that youngin would get more lines and screen time though, because I think she's really good and like a good performer and a good vocalist, but where even was she? I don't know.
I don't know because I don't know her.
Okay, well, so yeah, I like the song.
Okay.
Sorry that was so long.
No, it wasn't long at all. I too liked the song.
Oh, okay.
I actually think it's probably the best Kep1er song so far for me, because so far I have not been a fan of Kep1er's music. No offense. But it was never really anything that I cared about. I didn't even necessarily dislike it. Like, there are some groups that I dislike, and we don't talk about those groups. But I didn't dislike it. It's just that I never cared about it. This one I think I actually could listen to. Like I would be like, oh, okay, Galileo. So yeah, best so far for me probably because it was catchy and boppy, much like Cheeky. Actually, I feel like I probably like Cheeky better than Galileo. Not to compare the two, but I did still like it. You know, fun and everything, light. But yeah, like the music video just was a little bit music video-y in the predictable way. Like, it didn't really have anything very special about it or different, which, once again, that's perfectly fine. You don't always have to make something groundbreaking or anything. So for what it was, I think it was great, but at the same time, I feel like I've never really seen anything other than that from Kep1er. Like, they've never given us something that's like different or groundbreaking. Like, and I feel like they probably could. Like, they have the abilities, but they've been given are like next catchy boppy pop hit. Like, so maybe I would like to see something more from them. But I did think that they did a good job with this, and I enjoyed listening to it.
Okay, so that's nice to know that they're, you know, like I said, going upwards.
Right.
I think it's interesting that they did some unit songs on their EP. They had Tropical Light, and then they had Tape. And so I think overall the album is actually pretty good. So that's nice as well. I have, like, generally their B-sides I don't really have a problem with. It's just the title tracks haven't been my style. But anyway, the last thing I want to say is that the unit song Tropical Light sounds, once again, so much like something, but I cannot think of what it sounds like. Like, one of the parts Meowers. Specifically, like, it really, I've heard it before. So yeah, please, if you know, leave a comment.
Meowers and I swear Kep1er. Like, I swear I've heard the Kep1er fan name before. We are down to our last group of the month, everybody. IVE.
IVE, woo! Sorry, I'm a fan. This is a pre-release, okay? We're going to be talking about it because they didn't actually have their comeback yet. They're having that in October. But they had a pre-release just yesterday with Either Way and a music video for it. So I can't resist talking about it. You probably can't either. So we're talking about that now, and if we happen to talk about it again, you know, when they have their actual comeback, just sorry. So what did you think? Should I share or should you share?
I can start. So this, now that you've like reiterated to me that it's a pre-release, I'm actually so surprised because I feel like oftentimes the pre-release singles end up being sort of more like, okay, yeah, that was also a nice one, but like it's not as big as their main one, you know? But also it's reminding me that aespa had like a pre-release song, right? That was sort of like college aesthetic, like muted tones.
Trip, yeah.
Yeah, and so this is similar to that. But okay, enough comparing. This song, wow, guys.
Yeah.
super emotional. Not like watching the music video, it's very emotional, but like the vocals themselves are very emotional. I think that IVE did an exceptional job. They really delivered with the emotion for this song. And, you know, as we've been saying, a lot of the songs that we were talking about today are boppy, catchy, fun, light, maybe even predictable. And this is not that. And it's not to say that I can't do songs like that again, but it's just really cool to see them doing this more mature and sophisticated song and like knocking it out of the park and like showing that they also can do that. You know, I've never seen that sort of depth from them before. Not to say I didn't like their other stuff, and obviously I still want them to do the other type of stuff too, because I like upbeat songs.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, you know, I'm trying to like help everyone understand that even though I've been comparing things this whole time about certain things maybe seeming like they have less substance and this has a ton of substance, it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, IVE's the way better group because they made this crazy song. No, but I just do really appreciate seeing this. I thought it was just really good. Like, songs that are slower songs can sometimes be totally not my style and I can just completely not care about them. But the amount of emotion that they delivered with this made it one of the like slow songs that I think, oh my God, that song is so good. So yeah, that's all. I just thought they did an amazing job.
Okay, I absolutely agree with everything you just said once again. I think you did a really nice job laying the groundwork and like conveying the like significance and like impact really of this song. And I think that you were talking about it with Key earlier, like
Right.
you don't have to always top everything. So it's like we wouldn't expect this kind of thing from them every time, but honestly I think this holds its like place right alongside their other releases so far, because I've really enjoyed all of IVE's other like music videos and songs. So I'm not surprised that it's so good, but like I am surprised how you feel about it. I'm surprised that you like the song because I didn't really think you would. But it is really emotional. It is really good. It's really nice sounding and like it's sad, but it's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like the music video. Wow. Yeah. But like I also didn't think that you would even like the music video really. Just I don't know, I didn't really think you would like it, just like I didn't think you would like the LOOSSEMBLE video. But yeah, they're both really emotional and really good. The actual music video though, you have to watch it, everyone, okay? You have to. I'm telling you right now, go watch it.
Before you get too swept away in the music video, let me just say, historically in my life, I have actually, some of the songs I've felt the strongest about are very emotional songs. And I don't know why, because otherwise I just like songs that are like fun and hard hitting. But like if I think about my favorite Christmas song being Last Christmas, that I liked ever since I was a child, and it would come on in the radio in the car and I was like, oh my God, this song. But I was a literal child. So yeah, for some reason, just if the emotion is right, I'm like, wow, that's a really good song, and it doesn't matter the genre, I guess.
Like Shonu's OST
Right.
sits at the same table of emotion with this IVE song. Okay, so let's get into it a little bit more. I've literally invented acting, okay? They invented that concept. So yeah, that's a whole thing. Crying, tears, wow. The sparkles though, the glitter bruise, that was really well done. The styling team knocked it out of the park. I'll just say that. Like, I think the styling is really good. I can think of one negative. and that is the lack of screen time from some of the members. Like,
yeah.
I think that I actually saw Gal post on Twitter a like behind video of her, like, you know, doing one of her parts, but I'm like, did that even make it into the music video?
Oh God.
I don't know if it did or not, but so like I would have liked to see a little more balanced screen time, but I do understand that there was a story and it was being conveyed really well. But okay, to move on from that, the aesthetics of it overall, I just really love how many times am I going to be talking about IVE and their aesthetics. I don't know, but they're just really my style.
Yeah, I feel like people kind of take that for granted with IVE. I feel like everyone's so quick to want to say that IVE's dancing is not what other girl groups dancing is, you know, like they like try and think that, oh, they don't dance as much, but their aesthetics are so strong and like that is a focal point for them, whereas other groups sometimes the aesthetic can kind of look like it was just there to be an aesthetic, like there for the trend, there for the moment. And it's like not really something that was strongly dedicated to, like, you know, like there wasn't as much of a reason for the aesthetic. Sometimes it can just feel sort of tacked on, like we picked this aesthetic. Yeah. But with IVE, I feel like it always feels very intentional, and that's one of their, like, you know, one of their strong points of what they are. And I feel like people take that for granted.
Yeah.
Also, I actually didn't even really fully understand the music video. I'm not a dumb person, but I apparently am just really bad at understanding music videos because I feel like I say that all the time. But I highly enjoyed the, like, storyline, even though I didn't fully, like, I couldn't fully connect all the, like, scenes together. Like, I didn't know exactly what they were going for. But I loved it.
Yeah, I really loved it. I like the song itself is very emotional, and like I can't think of the way that I want to describe it, but like the music video is that too, and it's like it's very visually, like, it's not just storytelling with the story. It's like visually they have these elements that make it
right,
interesting.
Yeah, like it's very,
it's like strong, like
there's like a lot of symbolism and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's very like compelling to watch. Like I was focused right until the end, which if we talk about the end, it did leave me hanging. I'm like very curious about what their next release is going to be, because I believe that they're having 2 pre-releases and then the comeback. So like they left us on a little bit of a weird cliffhanger sort of thing. So that's going to be interesting. It was really good. It's just a pre-release though, and it's already this good, but you know, yeah, I could just keep talking about it, but I'll get too repetitive and stuff.
Good job, IVE. Keep going.
That's all that we have to talk about today. That was a lot. It did get pretty long.
That's
okay though, right?
Yeah, like it was worth it. Hopefully you guys thought it was worth it.
I don't really think that I had, like, I feel like I did obviously have more to say than I thought I would, but I kind of feel like the September comebacks were good. There was nothing wrong with any of them really. Like in like looking at the big picture, none of them were bad. It's just I feel like I guess I wasn't focused enough on any of them really.
Yeah, that is exactly the way that I feel. That's why I like ended up saying for so much of them that it was maybe a little boring or I just lost interest. Like there wasn't, besides that, IVE and LOOSSEMBLE like emotion element, there wasn't a lot to really like pull me into something to make it be like, I'm gonna play this one on repeat. Like, this is the new bop.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely had a lot of the tracks on repeat, but at the same time, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I watched the stage performances, not all of them, obviously, because there were so many, but, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I just wasn't in it as much as like the August comebacks. Maybe it's because I was too busy watching Blitzer's Macarena 200 times a day. I don't know. That's probably the problem.
Yeah, I mean that could be it. That could be it. When you've already got like they're like we've got Blitzer's Macarena at home, but like, what I'm saying, like when you've got that, it's like gonna be hard to find something that'll turn your head.
Yeah. So yeah, go check out everything we talked about, including Macarena.
Yeah.
And also you can check out the September Meower Monthly, because that is out as you are listening to this episode. And you can hear about the tracks that we listened to most this month and some other things. Lots of Blitzers, Macarena. And you can leave a comment sharing which September comeback you enjoyed the most. And if you maybe have some recommendations that we missed out on or something like that happened this month. There were other debuts and stuff that I didn't even get a chance to check out. You can share your thoughts on those, I guess. And yeah, if you liked this episode, go ahead and like the video on YouTube and subscribe to the BlushCat channel and turn on notifications. And you can also follow BlushCat on Spotify and follow the BlushCat podcast on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you for listening. This has been Stella
and me. Bye.
Meow 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 meow.